Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So guys, today we are going to have an interesting section. We are going to have a Q&A. But this time, I'm going to be on the hot seat. And here with me is Miss Margaret. I hope you people have not forgotten. Here is Miss Margaret with me in the house. So Margaret, please say hi to my people.
Hello everybody, hi. Margaret here again.
So guys, we are going to have a Q&A section, a very interesting one for that matter. So right away, I'm going to leave the floor for Margaret because she will be the one to throw the question at me and then I will answer. So for now, I don't know what she has for me, but you guys should listen.
I refuse to show you.
I don't know what she has for me, but please listen. I know you will learn a lot from it.
So, are you ready?
I'm ready, something like that.
Well, before we start, you have to promise us if I do your hand like this. You have to promise us to be honest as possible.
I will try my best.
All right, it's basically marriage-related questions. I always want to learn about marriage when I hear people that are having good experience. Good experience, not the one I'm seeing on social media, the one I know that it is good.
Yeah.
And it's going to benefit some other singles out there.
Yeah.
So without wasting much time, we are going to dive right into the questions. All right. So I will throw the question at you and then you give your honest answer.
Okay.
So number one question says, mind you, these questions are just basically random questions concerning marriage. So number one says, whose church should the holy matrimony take place and why?
Okay. Whose church? I don't really see that as as something that we need to deliberate on. This has to do with the couple themselves. They will need to decide on where they should get married, whether it should be the bride's church or the groom's church. It's something that they need to sit down and decide on. It's not a general thing. That's how I see it. Like me, when I was getting married, I didn't even have to argue with my husband. He wasn't even the one that mentioned it. I was the one that told him, since you're a pastor, you have a church, I think it's better we wed in your church than coming over, because I was actually staying in Abia State then. So I told him that I think it's not even something that we should deliberate on. It's okay if we do it in your church since you already have a church. So it wasn't an issue to us. I mean, I understood from the beginning, so I didn't even argue it. I was even the one who brought it up. So I think it's something that the couple will need to deliberate on, decide on what is not really an issue. The wedding can take place in the bride's church, it can take place in the groom's church. All depends on what you guys decide to do. So that's it.
Yeah. So singles, take notes. I hear some ladies, why I bring up this question, some ladies will say, if it's not him, if you won't wed me in my church, I won't marry.
It's not really a big deal. I don't see it as a big deal. I don't like, just like I said, I was the one that brought up the suggestion. I told him that since you already have a church, so I don't see it as a big deal. Let's wed in your church. So it can be either way.
Just be flexible.
Yes, just be flexible. Don't be too rigid in this kind of.
Like for her, she said because her husband was a
yes.
So if you see any honest reason why you feel you can just, God is one. Doesn't matter whether you are in this church or that church. So thank you for that. So number two question says, are you a fan of the 3 marriage practice in Nigeria? By 3 marriage practice, I mean Nigerian women. Only we ladies, we want traditional marriage. We want to be wedded in the church, and we also want to have a court wedding. So, anyway, what's your take? What's your opinion?
I think it's just like I said earlier. All these things are things that shouldn't bring problems between couples. It's something that they will need to discuss about. Me, I like it. If you ask me, honestly, I like the 3. I like the 3, but in a situation whereby the man doesn't want that, you guys, he can give you reasons why he doesn't want maybe a court wedding and all, because I know a lot of men always drag their feet on this area.
Why?
Reason best known to them. So some ladies will tell you it's because they want to cheat, they want to marry another wife tomorrow. That's why they are dragging their feet. I don't know what their reasons are. But for me, if you ask me, I'm a fan of it. I like it. But initially, when we got married, we never had a court wedding. We only did our traditional marriage and did our white wedding. It was now when our church was licensed for court marriage that we now had to apply for our certificate. So we had to apply for it. Court now gave us a marriage certificate. Yeah. So that's the one we are using now. But initially, we never wedded in court. It was later we now applied. That's when the court gave us license for court marriage in church. That's when we applied, and then we got the marriage certificate. So initially, we didn't have anything like court marriage. But me, I didn't even bring it. I didn't see it as something so serious and all that. I didn't see, even when we applied for the court certificate, it was even my husband that did that. I didn't even bother him about that because I didn't. You see what we are talking about? You see what we are talking about? That's why most ladies always want to have court marriage. They say that but the Nigerian men that they can cheat, they can marry another wife tomorrow, so they want to be safe in the man's house. So you see, she said it herself. So for me, I didn't push him towards that direction. She was actually the one that applied for the certificate, and we got it. So that's it.
Okay.
I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of it, but I wouldn't want to push any man into it. If he does not want it, it's just something that both of you will need to discuss. That's it.
Is it safe for a lady to even want to marry a man that is scared of?
It's not safe. It's not safe. If the man is not comfortable with court marriage, I think there is a skeleton in his cupboard. He has an intention. Something he wants to do tomorrow that he wouldn't want you to let know.
No, now.
So, I don't know. It all depends. For me, I'm a fan of it, but I wouldn't want to push any man into it. It's all these things are just understanding between the both parties. So that's it. And please, sorry, if he has reasons why he doesn't want court marriage, maybe you hear from him. When you hear from him, you now decide.
What could be the reason?
I know that's the one I cannot answer.
I'm sure that marriage is not. All right, it's up to you guys. All right. The next question says, for you, which is the appropriate age to get married for both gender? Like, what's your take on
it? Marriage does not have, I don't think that marriage has to do with maybe age. As far as the person is an adult, you're both 18. What matters is maturity. Once you're mature enough to go into marriage, you can marry. Whether you are 18, whether you are 19, whether you are 20. Our mother's married at 18, 19. My mom got married at 18. So it all depends on maturity. The maturity you have concerning marriage. Once you're mature enough, you feel that you're okay, you have known the necessary things you're supposed to know about marriage, you can get married. So I don't think that there must be an age bracket you must get to before you get married. And for the men as well, I feel that why most men decide to get married from 30 years is because they feel that by that time they must have settled, make some money that they can put a woman in their house, they can have children, they can have a family. You understand? To take care of. So men, their own, I think, is a different thing, because definitely they will need to put some things in place before they talk about marriage. So that's why most of them will tell you that at age 30, I will think about getting married. So that's okay. I know that there are also a lot of them that have gotten married even before 30. So all depends when you are ready for marriage. I don't think that there's a particular age you must get to before you think about marriage. All depends on maturity. There are some 18 years, 20 years girl you can see, she's so mature. She's so mature mentally, so she can easily go into marriage and she'll do well in it. But there are people that are up to 30 and yet they don't know anything about marriage. So all depends on your mental maturity. Once you are mature, you know a lot of things you should know about marriage, you can get married. There's no a particular age tag you must get to for you to get married. That's my opinion.
All right, thank you so much. So the next question we have here, this one we're about to shake table.
This one leg, there's the money, want to break it off.
So the question says, do you support living in a family house after marriage?
Okay.
I'm not saying family compound or family house.
Me, I don't support it. I do not support it at all. You know, most of the things I thought, as I'm saying here, I'm saying it out of experience. I don't support it at all. I could remember before our marriage, if I 1 week to our marriage, my husband was still living with the mom. I told him, I beg you, no verse.
Don't complain.
I'm telling you. I told him that if your house is not yet ready, I think we will need to shift or postpone this wedding. Wedding can come later. I think I need a home first before we talk about marriage. So I told him that if the house is not ready, let's forget about it. I'm not even interested in, maybe you must have chairs, have bed, have a, but let it just be that I have my own home. That was what I was, after. Not really about the things
Yeah,
that would be
television.
I wasn't even interested in that area. I just wanted my own home. I didn't want, and I know the kind of family he's coming from. There are many, so I wouldn't want
Where will
to.
you?
I wouldn't want to enter into such a place, and I will start hanging my leg one side, one leg will be down, one leg will be up. You know, a lot of we will try to. Sometimes we even try to. How will I put it? You try to, become who you are not, just to just
Fit in.
You just you find out that at a point you may just be lost. You will lose yourself in the process because you always want to please some persons there. You don't know the one that this one. You won't have that freedom to express yourself as a married couple. I mean, I know that sometimes I can be crazy when I'm at home. So so I wouldn't want the one that I will get married to. If I want to wear bomb shorts, I will start looking at the people that are. So I won't have that freedom to express myself, my kind of person, just be, covering myself. I won't have that freedom. So for me, it's a no-no for me. But thank God we were able to get a house before our wedding day. So on our wedding day, we got everything that we need in the house. Everything. So my interest wasn't the necessary things that should be in the house. I just wanted my home. And that was what I got first, before God now blessed us with other things that we need for the house. So I'm not a fan of family house. And instead, let that wedding be postponed. You can wait. Let's get a house first. So I'm not a fan of it.
All right. Thank you. That's a very, very honest opinion, if you ask me. All right, not to come here and start pretending, say, oh, no, yes,
my kind of person, I don't know how to pretend. the way you see me, that's how I be. I don't know how to pretend. That's just my kind of person. So I wouldn't want
if
to.
you like it, no problem.
It depends. It's personal choice. If you like it, that's fine. But for me, I don't know.
Amen. Don't impose these things. Is it a crime for women to have choice? They will say you are having a choice is not.
See, another thing is this. Let me bring in this. Sometimes most ladies are so desperate to marry that they don't look at the necessary things they need to look at before they enter into marriage. I have someone very close to me who made this mistake. She never, look into this direction. She got married. The guy told her that yes, later they will look for a house, but they've stayed here for more than 6 years, married. They have children, and no way. The guy has not even mentioned anything. Yes, of getting a house. They're still living in family house, and you find out that every time the siblings are having issues with this woman because that's see finished now. They don't see her finish. But if she had her own house or her own home, it wouldn't have. At least she would have still have her respect in their eyes. But now they don't see her finish. They can easily talk to her anyhow because of what they've lived with her. They've known everything about her. Yeah. So I don't advise any lady to take that step. I don't, because me, I won't like it. I don't even buy that idea at all. But it all depends on you. If you can go there and you hang your leg one up and one down, you can be able to cope with them. That's fine. But for me, no. Especially as a new bride, if it is in a situation whereby you have lived, maybe you and your husband have lived for a long time, and you have known these people, your husband's people, you've known them, you can easily relate with them, and maybe something happens and you need to go back to your family house. That's a different thing. You know that at least you've known these people for. But this one is a new. This one is a new bride. Don't even know. You are just trying to know them and you're coming to live together with them. Sometimes it won't be that easy. It won't be that funny. So
it's going to be taxing because
yeah, I'm
as a
telling
new bride,
you,
you're trying to
try
know
to
your husband. Then
eh,
after knowing your husband,
you know his people, if you're going to live with them, that means you need to learn all of them.
everybody
Learn about them at a time, and it won't be that easy.
We are not really. We want to let you guys know this is not really from a bias, like a troublesome mindset.
Don't
say we can't. It's just that there are some things that are not necessary.
Yes,
let's just leave it at that. So if you can, go ahead. So
it's your choice.
Yeah.
If you decide to, that's okay. But for me, I don't buy that idea.
So I know you'll be wondering what about me. Don't worry, when I open my YouTube channel, I will tell you. All right, the next question says, is marriage an achievement? Answer with reasons. A lot of times we hear marriage is not an achievement. Even people that are married are telling you that marriage is not an achievement. So me that I'm single, I want to know, is marriage an achievement?
Marriage, I won't say that marriage is an achievement. I won't say it's not an achievement. Marriage is good. It's good for a lady to get married. There is a kind of respect that is attached to it. That's number one. But that shouldn't make you to forget yourself because you want to get married. You forget yourself. You won't pursue your goal in life. You won't do anything with your hand. You won't do anything. You won't pursue any career, anything at all. You're just waiting for marriage. No, it shouldn't be like that. In that aspect, marriage is not an achievement. It's not when you get married to be as if that you have achieved everything in this world. Marriage does not give you, make you to be a, how will I put it? Marriage does not make you to be as if you are better than every other. There's some days ago I made a post. I say if you got married at the age of 24, it does not make you better than a lady who is still single at 35. Sometimes that lady that is 38, 35 years could have a better character than you that got married earlier. All these things are just, I would like to say, is luck or something. I don't know. The Bible said that God shows mercy to whom He will show mercy. So it's not all about your how will I put it? Your good moral. It's not all about your self-worth and all the rest that makes you to get married earlier. It's not all about that. It's just because maybe God just showed you that mercy for you to get married earlier. It's not as if you are better than every other person or the single ladies out there. You are not better than them. There's nothing so special about you that made you to get married before them. That's the truth. So marriage is not an achievement that you think that once you are married, you are better than every other person or you have achieved everything you need to achieve in this life. It's not achievement. You can set any goal for yourself as a single, you pursue it, you get them without even getting married. Let it just be that marriage is just like a bonus to you. Let it be that you have a life already before marriage. Marriage is just like a bonus, it's just like a jara to you. And let it not be as if that's the only thing you want to achieve in this life. So marriage is not an achievement that you should, everything about you should just depend on that marriage. No, you have a life to get for yourself. Get a life first, then we can talk about marriage. So marriage is not an achievement, but marriage is good.
All right, I hope you get the point. Don't misunderstand or misquote her. Yeah. Marriage is not an achievement, but it is good. If it comes, fine. If it doesn't come, move ahead. All right, the next question says, distance marriage or together marriage? Answer with reasons.
Distance marriage, I think
living together marriage.
I don't really buy that idea. I don't like it. I don't like that distance marriage. The husband is in Lagos, the wife is in Port Harcourt and all that. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think it's something that the both couple will need to balance. Is either the wife joins the husband or the husband joins the wife. So it's something, I don't like anything distance. There's a lot of disadvantage to it. So the disadvantage are overwhelming than the advantage
I think itself. I don't even think that. Do a video on that on your channel. Guys, don't worry, she will give you we need to work on that and tell them.
So I don't really buy that idea of living separately, different states and all that. So some even if the husband is in abroad while they are here in Nigeria, I don't really buy that.
I think states will even be more manageable. How many rivers will you cross?
I'm telling you.
States, you can just take 9 bus before they break.
I don't buy that idea. There is a lot of disadvantage to it. You say I should give reason. Sometimes the man may easily fall into temptation because of that, because he's not with his family. But once he's with his family, he can be able to curtail some of these things. I know there are a lot of men where their eye no good.
Even when they are
so even if when they are living with their wife and family, their still misbehaving. But once they are living together, it will curtail some of these things. Even if he does that, he won't do it and rub it on the wife's face. Well, once the woman is not there, he can easily do anything he wants to do. After all, the man is not
to be single.
The woman is not in the same state with him, so he can easily do anything, bring them into his home and all that. But if the wife is there, he can't try such. He can't bring in his mistress into their home. So there are lots of disadvantages to it. I don't really buy that idea. I don't like it at all. So that's my own opinion.
So the next question says, many children or a few?
Okay, many children. For me, like before my wedding, our plan was to have 4 kids, 2 girls and 2 boys. That was our plan. Man proposes, God.
I'm laughing because I know the story. Watch a video. I think you have a video about that on your channel.
Yes. So that was our plan, but you can see where we are today. We have 5 kids. We have 4 girls and 1 boy. So that's the story. You need to watch my other videos. Which video was that?
Family planning.
Yes. Family planning. I will link it.
Yeah,
I'll link it.
So you understand.
So you can go there and watch and hear the story about what happened.
All right. So the next question says,
this one is coughing like this. I maybe I can follow you cough too.
In marriage, should sex be rationed or as the spirit leads?
Ration for which one I want ration. Ration, nothing like ration, no. If it happen anytime, any day, anywhere, let it just flow. You understand? Let it just flow. That's why I tell people it's good for you to give birth early. If you have the opportunity to give birth, and you find out that's when your marriage will start sweeting you. That time you can easily. Some people will tell you that I don't want to get pregnant. But to get to the point when you finish giving birth to children, you can easily take care of yourself, avoid that. You can enjoy yourself anytime. Where you the ration and go?
No,
you won't carry and go heaven.
Doctor's prescription. 1 morning, 1 night. 3 times a day.
You can have it anytime, any day, anywhere, kitchen or bathroom or room or anywhere. Anywhere where it happens.
So if you are rationing sex as a married couple, you are wrong.
You don't need to.
You are wrong.
There's something I've come to learn. And I think most women they are not really aware of it. You need to also help your husband. I hope you know that prostate cancer is on the rise. And one of the reasons is if the man is not having a regular sex, it can affect that. It can bring up that. So please, as a lady, as a woman, as a lady that is going into marriage, please bear that in mind. And as a woman that is married as well, please help your husband. Anytime he needs you, just be there for him. You save him from that particular sickness because he's on the rise now. So please, even if there is no any other thing, at least for this reason, save your husband.
You are not the cure. Medicine to his fever.
Yes, save him from that.
So sex should not be rationed.
So anywhere it can happen.
How long have you been married now?
Getting to this year will make me 14.
So 14 years of experience. With evidence. All right. So the next question says, same bedroom or separate bedroom?
Same bedroom, let me tell you guys the story of my life. Most times when I keep things, my husband will say, this thing you are keeping, in fact, I'll go and build a house and give you your own room. I say, it's even better that you give me my own room. You tell me, be there rejoicing. Even if I give you your own room, there won't be bed there. No, you will tell me that you can only keep your things there, your clothes there, but you definitely sleep in my room. We'll just laugh over it. So me, I believe in one room. He's just, making fun of it. But even if we have mansion tomorrow, I don't think I'll have my own room. Both of us will stay in the same room. It has an advantage. It helps a relationship. That even if you quarrel, it won't last for a long time because as far as both of you are sleeping in that same bed, You are not going anywhere. So definitely you can, you don't even know when you carry your leg put on top the other. So it makes misunderstanding in marriage. It helps in, settling disputes or conflicts in marriage once you both are in the same room. So I'm not a fan of having a separate room from your husband's home. Let the both of you stay in the same room. So it helps. Okay, so guys, we are ending it here for now. We are going to have a part 2 of this video. Please. Margaret, what do you have to say? Or what do you have to tell me now?
All right, guys, please stay tuned for the next video. It promises to be interesting. We still have a few questions here, but to save your data, we'll continue in the next video. Please subscribe to our channel. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Yes. So guys, thank you very much for your time. We really do appreciate, and see you on my next video. Bye. For now.